Why don't we get together as a culture of people? Don't mean you hate anybody. You ain't got to hate nobody to love yourself. AC Green Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the AC Green Show on YouTube. Do me this favor, please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell so that when we go live, you will be notified when we go live. So I want to hit you with this. So white supremacy, we talk about it, we hear it, but I asked a question on my Facebook page, are we participating in white supremacy? And to what level are we participating in the white supremacy? Hear me, just so you know too, by the way, family, this is safe space, but it's my space. So I say what I want to on my YouTube channel. I'm not dictated to in terms of what I say. So I hope not to offend you, but maybe it's not offense or my intention to offend you, but maybe how you're taking it. If you don't like some things I say, maybe it's an uncomfortable feeling you have. And you know what I say, if you listen to my radio show, that we need to be uncomfortable to do great things. Sometimes we got to get uncomfortable, so that we can change our thought patterns. This is critical thinking space, so get ready for that. If you don't know what we do, let's hit you with this. We're building a community of goal-oriented, success-driven individuals who recognize the value of coming together to do great things as we all build financial wealth and live holistic lives. So for those that don't know, I do a radio show out of Chicago, the third largest market in America. And we've been in Vegas, Atlanta, Indianapolis with shows for over 7 years now, really more than 7 years. Total time on radio is right at 14 years. We've helped well over 60,000 people now to get information on how to save their house. That's a big deal. We started that in the heart of the mortgage crisis when people were like losing their homes left and right. Also, we have about roughly 1.3 to 1.8 million cumulative listeners across the third largest market in America, Chicago, and that's no easy feat to do that for 14 years. So I want to really expand on that and really encourage us to do some greater things. Now, everything that I've ever done, I've worked with all cultures of people. I work with white folks. I work with white Greek folks, white Jewish people. I have had sponsors of multiple ethnicities, I guess that's the best way to say it. So I work with everybody. I don't oppose working with anybody or everybody, from Asians to Indian. It doesn't matter. I understand how to navigate my way through all of that. But first and foremost, I get who I am. I'm black. That's right. And because I am black, because I have a heart for my own people. It's a poor heart that doesn't take care of who they are first and take care of home first. That's a poor heart. You gotta take care of who you are in your home. Any culture, anybody that gets to high position or positions of power or influence, and they don't take care of who they are and who their people are, it's something wrong with that mindset. That's just me. You can have another opinion. But here it comes, when it comes to white supremacy, are we spending too much time trying to change that? And from my point of view, why spend any time trying to change that? It's a system in America that exists. It was created to be like that by people who thought about themselves first. Like I'm telling you, think about yourself first. They thought about it like that. So us spending any crazy amount of time trying to figure out every decision based on white supremacy is ridiculous. Trying to change the American system from white supremacy or whatever. Why spend any time on that? Trying to remove statues. I wouldn't spend an hour of my time trying to remove a statue. Why? When I should be building something that I can own and control inside of this system. I want you to think about this, and I want you to think about this critically. Many of you work a job, excuse me. Many of you work a job or you have worked a job. Many of you know that job you're working on may be owned by somebody or run by somebody who is not even at your standard. That you've worked there long enough, you've worked your life long enough, you've been educated well enough that you know that you could do this a whole lot better. And maybe you have tried, maybe you have suggested. But one thing you know for sure, No matter how smart you are, how well educated you are, how insightful you are, you're not going to take over those people's company. You're not going to do it. Number one, it just, not going to happen. It doesn't even make good sense to take over their stuff. It makes better sense to take your knowledge and your information and start your own. I'm not advocating the Marcus Garvey program right here, although I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm saying inside of America, you need to get with your own people and create something that you can control at the level you can control it, instead of trying to operate in a white supremacist mindset, trying to adjudicate their American white supremacy. That, I think, is a waste of energy. Now, what do you think? Go to comments, let me know what you think. You could have a different opinion than me. Why don't we get together as a culture of people? Don't mean you hate anybody. You ain't got to hate nobody to love yourself. Why don't we get together as a culture of people and work on things that's going to be highly beneficial to ourselves and each other? Why do we always got to get pulled in to their version of how things should go? Now, white folks in this country, not all of them, but some of them, the system of things are trying to say, well, we love on black folk. We loving black folk. Black folk, we really sorry. If you sorry, give us that check. You know they not sorry like that. They have an agenda to foster and to fuel what they started. That's right. In 1776, they started a system that was based around who they were, white folks. Just like if you start a business right now, I don't care how good-hearted you are. If you start a business right now, you're going to start that business with people that you are the most comfortable with, and you know it. And okay, it doesn't matter. You could be most comfortable with, the Rainbow Coalition of people, but you're going to start it with the people that you're most comfortable with. And you're going to formulate that idea, that understanding around those people. So 100 years from now, whatever the rules and the bylaws of whatever you created were when you started, it's not going to stray that far away from that 100 years from now if it still exists. So you think somebody 100 years, 20 years from now after you started it are going to come in and rip it up and start it over? It's not going to happen. They may make you feel like you have a shot at it because you keep people calmer when you give them a little bit of a hope than just dash all their hopes altogether. So when white folks in this country try to give you a little bit of a hope, they're trying to keep you calm because they need you, but you ain't never going to take over their stuff. So my point is, why are we trying to adjudicate racism and spend our energy and our time doing that when we should be spending our energy and our time pulling each other in, gathering our resources, and then using that to create a platform to go up and against those systems that don't want to give you some of what you need to function, like the LGBTQ community does. They don't spend their time trying to figure out, well, we want all y'all to be LGBTQ. Nuh-uh, they ain't trying to say that. We want to change. Nuh-uh. They come together. They pool their resources just like the Hispanics are working to do. Listen, black folks got Joe Biden in the White House, but yet Joe Biden and his team spends an inordinate amount of time trying to take care of the Latinx and the Mexicans. I ain't hating on them either. I'm just saying, shouldn't you have gotten something majorly major directly to you if they even acknowledged that you were the reason they got there? I hear black folks saying things like, they gonna get to it. They gonna get to it. Where do you do that? Where else do you do that? Where else do you allow that mind manipulation to happen? Where they gonna get to it. They gonna get to it. I dare you to go to your job and have your bosses and your managers promise you they're gonna pay you a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time put in and effort and work, and then you sit around while everybody else getting a paycheck. You sitting around, well, they gonna get to me. They gonna get to me. Come on, family. We ain't that crazy. We need to not be spending our time and our energy trying to foster what they want. They throw a pebble out, we go after the pebble. You get what I'm saying? We falling for the banana in the tailpipe every single time. And I'm just saying, in love in respect of you. We need to spend our time coming together to do some great things ourselves inside of the system. Unless you thinking we should do the Marcus Garvey thing and move somewhere else. All right, everybody. Hey, listen, thank you all for hanging out with me this time. You can see it's in the Chicago area where I am. It's still snowing. You can check out the back. You know it's not snowing, but you know it's a whole lot of snow still out there. So you all be careful about that. In Texas, we already know that they're having water shortages, and when it's water shortages, at some level it's going to be food shortages. That's another question for another video too. What are we going to do, everybody? What if the whole U.S. electric grid goes down? It's all electronic. It's not impossible that it won't happen. You know, how are we going to take care of ourselves? Do we have enough generators? And which is another reason we need to pool our resources. See, we need to be able to take care of our own people. Because if it all goes to hell in a handbasket, y'all do know it's going to be every man for themselves, except those who have an understanding that they are already together. So maybe you don't have a great generator, but maybe there could be, it's a lot of ways to share resources once you come together, you have a conversation and you talk about it. So I think splitting apart at this particular time is the worst thing ever that could happen. Black folks and other nationalities, they're finding ways to come together to do things. And black folks, we don't need to let white supremacy, separate us, because that's what's happening. While we're doing the job and the bidding of white supremacy, we being separated from each other. And that's what we do not need to be doing. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then ring the bell so you can be notified when we go live with content, conversation. And then we have contests from time to time too. So be a part of that. Check out me on the radio. Go to my website, theacgreenshow.com, theacgreenshow.com, and check out what I'm on radio Monday through Sunday through every day. I'm really pretty much on the radio every single day. All right. I appreciate you all. You know, it's all about community. So we're giving to each other. You're my sister, my brother, and I love you. When you rise, I rise too.
It's all about community. So we're giving to each other. You're my sister, my brother, and I love you. When you rise, I rise too. AC3